Hey everybody, it's Dr. Doni. So today we are talking about tapping. So it is a form of meditation that I have recently learned about. So let me tell you the story is I had heard about tapping before. I was actually at a chiropractic seminar and one of the speakers was talking about how she was on an airplane and there was somebody that was really scared to fly and they were panicking, and she had sat with them and done like a tapping meditation with them, and it actually calmed them down so that way, they weren't scared and nervous. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, and it kind of stuck in my mind as something that I wanted to look into, but then life gets busy and on with life you go, and I forgot about it. And then recently, obviously with, COVID and everything that's been going on, stresses have been high with everybody. And I was listening to a podcast and they were interviewing a woman who had started an app and she had written some books, but the app is called The Tapping Solution. And I saw the title of it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I remember, it's called Emotional Freedom Technique is the actual technique, but in this situation, you can call it tapping. It's kind of the common term for it, I guess. So I listened to this podcast and I was like, oh, I want to check it out. So I downloaded the app. It's a free app. And when you first open it up, there are 3 videos that just kind of teach you how to do it, which are some of the things I'm going to review today. And then as well, they have a whole bunch of free tapping meditations. If you want to buy into it, then it unlocks, there's over 200 of them. But I just was like, okay, I got a lot going on right now, just like all of you, the whole COVID stresses, but just with the business, with, reopening chiropractic and now massage. Now we've learned that we can open up our gym starting Monday, so Sudbury Kettlebell Club will be open, and just trying to, all the guidelines and regulations and getting everything organized. It's been a lot. And then to also have a 4-year-old, God bless all the teachers out there, my goodness, but we appreciate you, but it's a lot. And I was just really feeling overwhelmed, and I was starting to get some anxiety symptoms. For me, that looks like I have trouble taking a deep breath. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to try this and see if it helps me. Because in that podcast, one of the things they talked about is how it's a form of meditation, but it can be really helpful for people that have found that they can't really meditate for whatever reason. They get fidgety, they get distracted, just sitting and not moving doesn't really work for them. And I've done a lot of meditation, and a lot of times I do find that. And the thought of this, tapping different points while I'm listening to a guided meditation, it just intrigued me as a different way of doing it that maybe might actually work better for me and my personality. So I thought I'm going to give this a try. And I did, and I've actually found it to be extremely helpful. In all of my years of doing meditation, this last month, committing to doing this pretty much every day, I found it to be the most relaxing, and I found it to really help with some of the anxiety and the breathing challenges that I've been having. It's been, again, out of all the years that I've done it, I've found this to be the best. And so that's why I wanted to come on here and kind of explain what it is. And I should say, I'm going to summarize my experience with it. I am not an expert at this by any means. I'm not going to guide you through one in particular today, because that's not my expertise. I just want to introduce it to you and tell you and encourage you to give it a try. And then if you are interested, just like I was after I listened to that podcast, then I would say go and download the Tapping Solution. And this is not an advertisement for them or anything. I don't know them, but it's just something that's worked really well for me. So I just wanted to share that and encourage you to go there and download the app and give it a try for yourself. But basically what it is, and if you've ever done a guided meditation before, basically someone's talking to you, they're guiding you through the meditation, guiding you through ways to relax. But in this situation, you're also physically tapping your body while they're talking to you. So I'm going to go through the different points, but the tapping points are actually acupressure points. So if you've ever learned about acupressure points or you've done acupuncture before, again, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but there's meridians, there's a lot of science behind it, and you could talk to someone, of course, that specializes in that. But I just know that they have these specific acupressure points that have been shown to signal the brain to relax. And basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using your fingers and you're going to be tapping on these points. And again, the guided meditation, the person's going to be guiding you to tell you how to do it, okay? So you don't have to memorize anything, but you basically do the same points over and over. And the actual like tapping, like, so one of the points is your eyebrow, like right where your eyebrow, you know, the edge of your eyebrow. And you just literally use 2 fingers and you tap there. And it's nice and gentle, and it's actually really calming. And then they'll tell you the next point is the outside of the eyebrow. So you would tap here. And as you're tapping, they're going to say something to you and you're listening. And then you go under the eye. So you tap again, it's all guided. So these are some of the points. After you do under the eye, you move into just the space under your nose and above your lip. And you would tap there for a little while as they're speaking to you. And then you move into under your chin. And like I said, all these points are meridian points or acupressure points that have been shown to signal the brain to decrease cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and to help you relax. And literally, if you were to try this with me right now, just tapping, lightly tapping, just sitting still but lightly tapping, even just that is actually kind of relaxing. But the next point is under your collarbone. So you feel where the bone is and you just go underneath and you tap it. And then the next point is actually underneath your arm. So I'm just gonna go like this. So it's just this spot right here under your armpit. And then the next spot after that is the top of your head. Now you can use either hand, you can be lying down, you can be sitting up, and they'll explain this to you as you do it, but it's just kind of going through the tapping points. Now the other thing I really love about this is what they're actually saying to you. So first of all, when you go on the app, basically any emotional challenge or life challenge is on there. So you can search the different challenges. So maybe, you know, if it's anxiety, if it's financial stress, if it's COVID stress, if you're a frontline worker, they've got different meditations for you. Like literally, it's incredible the amount of options that are there. But you pick whatever's going on with you. And they actually have as well like a physical ailment section. So if you've been diagnosed with someone, if you're having any aches and pains, you can actually do a meditation to help your body relax. And I found that really helpful as well. So you pick whatever it is, but the first half of what they're saying while you're tapping actually acknowledges the challenge that you're going through. So for example, imagine you're stressed, right? So at the beginning, they would be saying things like, you know, while you're tapping, they'll say something like, oh, you know, you're experiencing a lot of stress right now. It's okay to feel that stress. Life can be very stressful. So they're acknowledging it to help you understand that it's okay to feel these things. So the first half is acknowledging what's going on with you, addressing it. And then the second half of the meditation is giving you strategies and helping you work through it. At times I've actually almost felt like it's a bit of a therapy session for me. They're actually like giving you advice while you're doing it and helping you relax. So I found that aspect of it a little bit different than some of the other meditations I've done. Of course, there's all different types of meditations, but I liked how they addressed the issue. And then I like I said, in the physical ailment section. So they'll look at, if you've ever heard of Louise Hay, she has done a lot of work into affirmations, and also she has a book where she's written all about how there's an emotion behind every part of the body, like a physical ailment. So for example, like upper back pain, if you were to look in her book, she would talk about how upper back pain often has to do with some challenge with the emotion of love. Either you don't feel enough love, you're not giving enough love, there's something going on with a lack of love. And so what they've done in this app is they've actually used her work and acknowledged her, but through the meditations, you would be addressing these emotions while you're doing it. And I just think that's really cool because it's something that I do, you know, see a lot of and talk to people about. So Louise Hay and her work. And so I was really happy to see that they were doing that. So I hope I've encouraged you to check out this app. If you're a patient of mine, like a ton of my patients I talk about meditation with, I've given you handouts on meditation. There's actually a meditation app called Insight Timer that I always recommend for people because there's tons of free meditations on it. And I still think there's massive value in that. But this is just another form of that. That's something different. And I think it could really help people. So because a lot of times our emotions, the stress we're feeling, we can feel it in our bodies. And I can put my hands on someone's back and tell whether they're handling stress as well or they're not. And as well, if you're a patient of ours, you've had a scan done before, you know that that technology is going to tell us whether your body is adapting well to stress or not, whether you're in that fight or flight mode. And these tools can help you counter that. It can help you calm from that. It can help you deal with the emotions and the challenges, emotional challenges in life. And it can actually help you get better chiropractic results and help you feel really good. So I hope you'll check it out. I'm just gonna check my notes here. I don't think I've missed anything. Of course, reach out if you have any questions, but the app again is called the Tapping Solution. I would love to know if you start to incorporate this into your life and how you feel it helps you. But of course, if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to reach out. As always, I'm here to help you, and thank you for taking the time to listen. Feel free to like, love, or share this. If you know somebody that you think might be interested in this, please share it with them, and you could possibly help them as well. And have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later. Bye.